another example of someone who I felt betrayed by was a teacher when I was quite young, and she was someone who really wanted to help me, but she was actually quite young, and she accidentally overstepped her boundaries and tried to help me when she wasn't really allowed to. And that situation, part of why it's not good for teachers to do that is because it teaches the kid to be attached to that teacher. So I was going through a lot of trouble and I ended up feeling very attached to her. However, she was disciplined in some way, I believe, and told that she couldn't contact me anymore because of this, because she had formed this attachment and there was no way to kind of reverse it. And now that I have gotten older, I am actually at her age that she would have been at when she was teaching me. And now there's certainly a lot of forgiveness in it. There's a lot of pain I feel at that betrayal. But I understand why she did what she did, and understand that because there's that fundamental barrier where the student is the student and the teacher is the teacher. No matter what, her and I can't really connect anymore because that boundary got broken and it never got resolved or reset. And because of that, no matter where we go or anything like that, that broken boundary is always going to be there. And so I forgive her for that hurt. I forgive her for overstepping and kind of promising that she was going to be there only for me to, or for her to realize that she actually couldn't be there for me. So I do forgive her for that. And as I see her about in life, you know, I wish her well and all that kind of thing. And so in that way, in my own mind, I've given her a second chance. You know, I'm not going to come back for revenge or anything like that. But again, that second chance, I guess it's a little bit different, you know. I think for in that instance, the second chance comes from knowing that I think it hurt her a lot as well, and that she's probably learned a lot from it. And I think that's probably the bit that's similar to what you were saying about that person, you know, because she's moved on and she actually did learn something from it. But I guess the person who I still feel betrayed by, that I don't believe deserves the second chance, I don't think he's really learnt anything, or I don't think he's learnt much. Maybe he will in the future. And so maybe in the future we're going to have a second chance, but I don't really feel as though he's learnt anything.
So when you say second chance, I mean, like when we were talking about the other guy in the cafe, we were talking about giving him an actual second chance to, you know, learn and grow, work. But like your situation is a bit different. It's about forgiveness.
Yes.
You don't have to, even with the family members, you don't have to be with them every time.
Yeah.
You can love them, but you don't have to like them.
Yeah.
So I think it's about forgiveness that we're talking about over here. And I think, like, you not forgiving him, what is that doing to you? Right? So it's not doing it's not benefiting you at all, because like there is something in you that's always like there's a hate, or I would say like there's hate or anger or something that you've been hurt because you haven't been able to forgive. So I think forgiving them for the sake of relieving yourself from something, you know?
Yeah.
So you can forgive them, and forgiveness, I think it's just like telling like, oh, I forgive them. Now it's then you're letting go, right? The thought or the people or whatever. And then once you let it go, and then it's up to them if they learn or not learn from it. I think in life, what I've learned is that you can't change people most of the time. And then it's also, you're not responsible for everything that happens to people. So you're not responsible for him to learn his own lesson. That's up to him. But you can forgive them. Yeah. And then knowing that with the expectation that he might change, and it would be better if he could change. But if he doesn't, then that's not your responsibility. But you have forgive them for the sake that that you would relieve yourself out of that negative emotion or whatever.
I've been spending time speaking to other family members about who he is and kind of who he's become, and just trying to figure out where he's coming from, essentially. And so I feel as though I've gotten to a point where I do have a pretty good understanding of where he's coming from. And so I guess there's the forgiving him for myself. So I can do that right now.
Yeah,
And
it's very easy.
yeah, and I guess I do forgive him, even though there's a lot of pain there. But in terms of the relationship, I guess the relationship's not going to move forward too much.
Nah.
It might just be Christmas time.
Yeah.
We say hello. Or something.
Yeah, yeah.